Okay.
So, Ken Yeung.
That's me.
You are one of the official photogs here at the PayPayl Innovate09. It's a lot of talking heads at a conference like this, but there's some interesting stuff going on today. What have you captured today?
Well, let's see. I mean, it's kind of an interesting conversation so far. I mean, it's like pretty much there's an opening keynote, which is, God, it's like 3 hours long. I mean, they had a bunch of people switching in, so it wasn't just one single person. It's not like it was Tim O'Reilly talking for 3 hours or you know, Dave McClure talking for 3 hours or any of those guys. I mean, I'd love to hear them talk, but I mean,
and they could talk for 3 hours.
Very well, and I mean, very informative stuff. But it's like multiple people. They threw in some demos. It's all about the API. So think about it like how Steve Jobs does like Macworld or any of those demos. Instead of them talking for like forever and ever and ever and talking about multiple things that they're doing, they have a couple people coming out and talking about their stuff. They even brought in some real companies that are taking advantage of the developer APIs for PayPal and doing some remarkable things. I mean, frankly, I'm not really too clear about that or what they're doing, which is kind of a good thing why I'm here, because I'm kind of going to learn about that stuff. But at the same time, it's kind of cool that these things, while they're saying they've released it, people have already done it, and now they're opening up to everybody, so which is really remarkable. And then they also threw in some social good as well. I mean, people that attended.
What were they talking about social good? Because you know we talked about that on Social Media Hour this morning. This idea of social media for social good. So what was that? What was that topic all about?
Well, it was basically about how, I mean, they brought up that how California's economy is down the drain. We're all in a tight crunch here, but one of the things that the attendees did is that they basically, PayPal basically said, chip in some money. Everyone can chip in some money, and we'll send it to a good cause. And what they actually wound up doing is, instead of they amassed about $60,000, and it went to fund not one school, not two schools, but 3 schools. And they brought on the principal of one of these schools to help talk about how that basically funded 150 kids to get through their high school education.
So when you come to a conference like this and you're kind of an official photographer, what's the most important thing for you to capture? Is it that moment of news being disseminated? Is it the feeling of the people? Is it the atmosphere?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. I mean, because there's a fine line, because if I want to capture the moment, it has to be like if they're unveiling, like, okay, everyone gets a free netbook, to which they did give everyone at the conference a free netbook. But when you're talking about news per se, it's really hard to talk from a camera's perspective. I mean, you kind of need a Kodak or a flip cam to capture the moment, because it's all words, right? But definitely the people that are around here, the people's emotion, the presenters, the way that their mannerisms are, that they have. I mean, some people are moving their hands a lot. Some people are kind of just behind the podium. So just capturing the moment, making sure that you have a fairly representative flip book, so to speak, a collage of the various conferences.
Not many women at this conference, are there?
To date, to what I've seen so far, no. And basically, from the people that they've advertised on their website, I'm not seeing.
Well, it's a developer group, not that unusual.
But that doesn't mean to say that there can't be women developers as well, that they should be speaking. I mean, it really depends. I mean, seeing that this is their first developers conference, I mean, wouldn't it be kind of, I mean, there's actually a lot of women that are attending, but they're just not speaking.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. I mean, maybe because they're opening up this new API. Maybe it's this whole X.com that they're rolling out. But you never know.
Well, Ken Yeung, photographer of the stars of the Digerati stars. You're here with Marc,
Salsberry,
and Brian Solis capturing the event. And always good to see you.
Same here.